welcome back to another episode.
What up, party people?
It is episode 23, and today's topic is going to be, what would you do if? So we've got several different topics that we're going to cover, and just, different scenarios that we can kind of talk about and go into. But before that, of course, we've always got to do
how was your week?
Our weekly recap. It was good, actually. I mean, no complaints. Finally starting to kind of settle down. So be on the lookout for videos coming on TikTok. I'm going to be uploading a lot of videos to YouTube, TikTok, doing some catching up. So there'll be a lot of past episodes that I've just been too busy to post.
She's been busy moving. She left me.
It's okay. You'll be fine.
I can't smell you no more, Cindy. You're too far. Like, dang.
I know.
I can't throw a walk at your house anymore.
I know. But, I mean, I'm still here in Red Oak. I'm still close by. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So today we're doing, the location is at Tina's house. And usually we were at my house. We may move back to my house once things kind of get settled over there. But for now, we're at a different location. And let me tell you, not that I was hard on Tina, but Tina was always like, oh my gosh, I forgot this, or I got to run back to my house, or, this or that. And today I was sitting on the couch and trying to, have a laid back Sunday in the morning and going through, school's around the corner. So I was going through, stuff because I've got boxes of crayons, boxes of pencils. And so I was going through and seeing what I already have for the boys' school supply list. Because if I just go on and add everything, like through Walmart, it's like $60, $70 per kid.
Mm-hmm.
No. I lie. It was $80-something per kid for their school supplies. So I'm like, hold on, let me see what I can reduce out of this. So I was going through, and then I was comparing Walmart prices to Amazon. And I'm just kind of going back and forth. The kids are playing on the video games. And it was just kind of laid back. And then I was like, oh, shit.
I gotta go.
It's 12:42. I told Tina I'd be there at 1. Hold on. Let me. And then I was still in sweat. No makeup. Hair's not done. It's all pulled back. Look, I feel naked. I don't have no nails. I don't have no lashes.
Oh, we're going to do a nail check?
Nail check. Yeah. Nail check.
I am missing 5.
Show.
I'm missing 5.
5 nails. Mm-mm. Well, I have none.
I've had these for a month already, though. And they just started popping off, like, within the last 2 days. So,
they lasted. That's pretty good.
They lasted pretty well. Yeah. Considering everything that I've done since I've had this set. Yeah.
Not bad.
I need a new set already.
So how was your week? So I did rush over here, got here pretty much kind of on a little after. I'm not gonna lie, a little after.
I was still setting up though, so it's fine.
Yeah. So no biggie. So how was your week?
Horrible. My doggy died.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about. So we've both lost a pet this year.
I know.
It's so sad. It's hard, and it's hard on the kids.
Oh my gosh, Dalen was he cried for almost like 2 hours straight, literally. But last night we went to the Peso Pluma concert.
You did go?
Yes. It was a last minute thing. My friend was like, I want to go. Do you want to go with me? If you don't, I'm going without you anyways. I'm going to go by myself.
Oh, wait. Was it where was it at? Was it at
American Airlines?
Oh, it was at American Airlines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
That concert was at the Dos Equis Pavilion. There was a concert out there too. Yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah, no, he was at American Airlines, but I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even a fan of his. I'm not a fan. Like, I don't not like him, but I'm not a big fan where I know all his songs, and I know like 2 songs. That's it. And
I like his
vibe. Show, I was just about to say, it was a whole vibe. Like, I don't care what nobody says. I know a lot of people hate his voice and everything else. He it was a whole vibe. It was
I like him.
yeah.
So I know there was a lot of like pictures and stuff going on. Did he cut his hair? Like, is it like
Yeah.
is he's clean?
It's
cut?
not as long as it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had a whole boot on his leg too, so he was performing crippled. He was being
Really?
pushed around the whole stage, and I mean, he got up and stuff, but yeah, he was crippled. But it was a good ass show. It was a really good show.
Good. I'm glad y'all had fun.
Yeah.
We went to the movies Friday night. Well, yesterday we were at a birthday party all day long. My nephew Sebastian had it was his third birthday party, and the kids were playing outside, and it was just a chance for the boys to get to play with their cousins and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so we were there literally from like 12 until
And it
11.
has not been as hot as it normally is.
Yes.
So it's been good weather, especially when the sun
Mhm.
goes down. It feels good outside.
yeah, this
For us Texas people.
and this next week is supposed to be even
Cooler.
like cooler. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to the weather this week, honestly.
Yeah.
We went to go see that A Quiet Place day one, and then my sisters and the boys went to go see Twisters.
I know.
So-
I can't wait to see that movie.
My sister said it was really good. The boys were kind of like, they kind of got a little scared. My youngest said he was scared, but I
Mhm.
mean, he
But-
gets scared if he sees the lights flicker. So, you know.
Yeah, also, you have to know the older movie too to be excited. That's how I feel. Because I'm like,
But it's like a remake of the original, right?
no? I thought
Not
it was.
really. Like, obviously it's a remake, but it's a totally different storyline. It has the
Well,
only thing
but
in there
it looks-
to the old movie is Dorothy. her
that's
son,
what I was gonna say.
and
It's
then
the
like,
little
Wizard of
Dorothy
Oz
thing.
Kind of.
Not
thing.
Wizard of Oz.
Yes, because they put the lion, scarecrow,
Really?
Tin Man. Yes, because without.
What are
giving
you
too much
talking about?
away-
That wasn't in Twister, the original.
No, but because they're doing it's like an homage to the original. They put Dorothy
Back
the
in there.
machine
Yeah.
back in there.
Right.
But
It's
then
the Machine
When
Dorothy.
it
Then
hits,
they-
a few years later after whatever happened, he still goes off of the Wizard of Oz theme and names all his trucks and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
That stuff
Pinch Poke, you owe me a
is
Coke. That
homage
was
to
like
what
at the same
happened
time.
years before. So-
Okay, I understand now. I was like, wait a minute. The first Twister movie didn't have anything to do with the Wizard of Oz. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, the thing was called Dorothy, but okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So anything else? I mean, I know it's really sad that your puppy died.
I know. I got something for you though.
Yeah.
But I just want to say we are getting my baby cremated. So I can't wait to get him back. We took him to the vet and because first of all, I'm sitting there holding my dog crying, right? We're in the backyard because everything happened so fast. And everybody's when you're like,
Do you know what happened?
no. And then they wanted to charge $600 for a freaking autopsy.
How much was the? Yay! My sea moss! Yay! You know what? It's funny that you give me. It is so cold. So it
It's
goes.
frozen.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how it stays good
Okay.
without perishing. So when you're ready to thaw it out, just put it in the fridge.
Okay.
But you cannot refreeze it.
Okay.
So if you feel like, oh, I'm not going to try it for the next few days or another week, keep it frozen.
This sucker's gonna get thawed out. I'm using this week. Yeah, no, I'm using my sea moss. Thank you. Yay!
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm so excited to try it. It's funny that you give me that though, because this morning, so I exfoliate and whatnot because I go get waxed and you have to exfoliate so that you don't have any ingrowns and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I ran out. Well, so I exfoliate when I'm in the shower, and the last time I was exfoliating, I was using my sugar scrub, and the whole thing fell. So all my sugar scrub fell in
Oh
the shower.
my
And
gosh.
once that stuff gets wet, it's like you're
It's gone.
done. You're
Mhm.
done. So I was like, oh, I don't want to have to go buy another sugar scrub. I was like, you know what? Let me TikTok this. Let me see what DIY I can do for
Uh-huh.
sugar scrubs.
I'm like, where
So-
are you going? What did TikTok tell you to do?
So no, I found a really simple recipe. It's just coconut oil and sugar, and you blend it so that the sugar gets more fine.
we're selling sugar scrubs.
Yes.
Soon.
So now Cindy's gonna be selling her own sugar scrub soon. Let me test it out a little bit. But no, and I put it in a little mason jar too. So I'm excited to try it.
Let me know.
Yeah, I tried it on my arm. Okay, feel this little spot right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's real smooth.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I put the sugar scrub at. So I was trying it out, and I'm like, and it wasn't like real gritty either. Like it was gritty enough to exfoliate.
Yeah,
but not rough on the skin.
Gotcha.
So we'll see how that may be coming soon to you.
Stay tuned for some sugar scrub.
Sugar scrub. So yeah, but the little jar reminded me of my sugar scrub jar. So I got my sea moss.
Yay! I'm so excited for you to try it. So let me go ahead and give the instructions. So you don't double dip ever.
Okay, so just
take a spoon,
one spoon,
throw it in the sink or a disposable, whatever. 1 spoonful a day in the morning. You can do up to 2. If you do, I wouldn't do it. I don't take a second one. If I feel like I need a second scoop of sugar scrub.
sea moss.
I don't take it later than 3 o'clock because it gives you energy. So you don't want to be, you already can't sleep, Cindy.
I know.
So don't take it late. Okay. But yeah, so you don't double dip. If you double dip, it perishes it faster.
Okay.
Because your mouth is dirty.
But
spoonful a day. That's it. It's good for your thyroid. It's good for your immune system. It has 92 of your daily essential vitamins that your doctor says that you need. So it's all your vitamins in one. It helps your metabolism. It helps with weight loss. It's good for post workouts. It's good for libido. I can't say that right. Libido. What else? It's good. It's safe for pregnant people. So if you're pregnant and you need some sea moss, it's better than your prenatal vitamins. It's safe for kids. Obviously, you don't want to give them a big old spoonful because
my kids already got enough energy. They don't need no more energy.
But these are the vitamins, like they're Flintstone vitamins.
I give
Illy like the little spoons that we use for like baby food. I'll give her some. So it's good. It's safe for kids. But yeah.
Yay, I'm excited to try it. So I've got something for you, and we've talked about it before. So we tried the what was it, the carne seca, what was it called? It was called fuego.
Yes,
the carne seca fuego. So it basically had it tasted like Takis powder on the beef jerky. And so I was like, wait a minute, as much as they charge for this jerky and as paper thin as, I liked it, it was good, don't get me wrong, but I prefer my jerky a little bit thicker. And I mean, if I can make my own, I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah,
I'm all about DIY, saving some money.
I agree.
Saving pennies, saving dimes, whatever, because them pennies turn into dollars. So I'm gonna save as much as I can where I can. So I've got you some jerky that I made. Yay! Get you and look at that bag.
No, for real.
I mean, that's the way it should be. Okay, grab you a piece.
Okay, let me see right here.
And if you want some more powder, look at all this powder that I got. Look.
Wow. Look at this, you guys.
That's a little plug. It's the Señor Michelado Asumecha Fuera. I don't know. But it tastes like Takis. They had to rename it. It was the Takis powder. I think they had a little.
All right, we're gonna
possibly
some
lawsuit issue. That's why they had to change
it over here, so I don't get it on all the equipment. Throw some lime. Yes. Look, you guys, this is already much thicker than the one that we had. So, and she was right. It was really paper thin. It was good, but it was paper thin. So we're gonna see. Let's taste it.
It's so good.
My mouth is already watering.
I already know. So what I did was, I'm not gonna give my full recipe.
Yeah, don't do that
on air. But I did put some of the powder while it was marinating.
Okay.
So I can give my full, because you never know. This might be some.
Oh. Hold on. Okay. First of all, I need more lime on that piece. But
okay, I got it.
Do you need some scissors.
I got a tough piece for some reason. Hold on, look.
She said you are struggling over there. Okay.
There we go.
I mean, listen to me.
Okay.
First of all, the fact that it's thicker
Mm-hmm.
makes a huge difference. I like that.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I can sit there and just gnaw and chew on. 'Cause
I
like
would
my
probably
jerky
add for myself a little bit more of
More?
the powder. Mm-hmm.
That's why I brought it.
But like,
Look at my
if you were
finger
selling it,
already.
I think it's perfect like that. And then you could, oops.
Look,
Oh, well.
look, she done poured the whole thing on there.
I was like, oops. Oh well. You could probably sell
Not
like
gonna
a
lie, I
little
do put
bit
a little bit more on mine too.
if you want more. But I like spicy stuff.
Yeah,
It's good.
it gives the right. It's to me, it's a better consistency. It's a more jerky. The other one, I mean, it just literally broke in your mouth. Like it was. It was too thin. I'm sorry.
It like what's it called?
It was good. Don't get me wrong, but it was too thin.
You
If
know those
like-
Listerine strips that you could put in your mouth?
Yeah, it like dissolved.
Oop, and it was gone. That's
Okay.
how thin it was. I'm gonna take one more bite. And
Okay, so I'm gonna out myself since she's not bringing it up.
what?
I had an incident at the house the other day.
Oh Lord!
I had her laughing on her butt.
Oh.
And she caught it on camera.
Okay, I did catch it on camera, and I need to send it to you.
What did you do?
So I'm at the birthday party, right?
Mhm.
And my Ring camera goes off, and it's my sister. And I'm not like always checking it. Like if I know who it is, I'm not gonna check it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, and excuse me, I got jerky in my mouth.
Cindy,
For
you
some
did really
reason-
good.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just sitting here looking at this like I'm proud of you. You did great.
Thank you. So I click on it and the video comes up and oh my gosh. So apparently when my sister, so the entryway to my house, it's a longer entryway. Okay.
Mhm.
And apparently there was a bird like in the corner or something of by the door. And so
Mhm.
she's coming up, walking up to the door, and the bird just like swoops down right in front of her, up and over, and she's just like freaking out, and just seeing it on camera, and then she yells, and you said something, you said,
I said, sorry, Mom, if you listen, but I said, oh, fuck, that just.
yeah,
took
she was
the
just like,
daylights out of me.
yeah, she just like, just her reaction and her yelling and cussing. It was the funniest. I was like,
I
laughing.
probably would have done the same thing. I probably would have screamed, ran.
There was a package.
I probably would have
that
fallen.
bird.
So
rolled
she's
over.
looking at the package on the floor instead
Right
of
next
paying
to
attention
it.
to the bird coming at her. And she,
Yeah.
but if you look, it kind of looked like it could have been a bat too, just because it was a pretty decent sized bird.
Really?
And I was
Have you
like,
ever seen the movie The Birds?
Yes,
The old
that's an
movie.
old movie.
I
The
like
birds.
that movie.
You never seen it? That just she's
That's what that reminded me of.
Predates me.
yeah. Well, I mean, you're 30, but anyways, it is an old movie. But it was really funny. It was really funny to see her like react and jump back and be scared and all that when the bird was attacking her.
Well, like I told her, I go, if it had just flown up and over, I'd have been like.
It looked like it was
whoa.
literally like
But
coming straight at her though. It was funny. I'll have to show you the video.
Oh, hilarious.
Alrighty. Do we want to go ahead and jump into
Let's
it?
go.
Let's go. All right. So I guess the you know what? Let's start it off easy. What would you do if
Okay.
if you were given $1 million, whether it was winning
So
$1 million
funny. You
whether-
can't say that. That was on my list. Okay.
If you were given one, whatever, if you came into $1 million, what would you do?
I would pay off some of my debt and
Mhm.
then invest my money. I would definitely pay off some of my debt. I would probably buy a house and then invest my money where it can grow and continuously grow.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you what I would invest it in today. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, this is what I'm going to invest in. And I would have to see what makes sense for an investment.
Right.
But yeah, I would pay off some of my debt, probably buy a house. And when I say a house on some land, like not just a house in one of these neighborhoods, like some land, some acreage.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty similar to what I would do. You got to turn the money you have into more money.
Yeah.
Investing it, I think.
Because I can blow $1 million, no problem.
Oh, anybody can blow $1 million. I mean, that just takes, you know,
give me 24 hours,
a house and a new car. There you go. There's $1 million.
Yep.
But the smart thing to do would be not to pay off the house entirely at first.
Yeah.
Because you want to turn some of the money into more money.
Mm-hmm.
So buying a house, putting a decent down payment on it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
a decent down payment. Now, would I quit my job? No, not for $1 million. Not for $1 million. You still gotta continue to work. And there's some people who would. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm a millionaire now."
I would take my family on vacation.
A good vacation.
Maybe like an all-inclusive resort or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can find good deals. You don't have to have money and then just go make a stupid purchase. Like, I'll be like, let's go on vacation. Everybody take a break. You know, like a week somewhere. Fly somewhere at an all-inclusive resort that has like adult side and kids side, you know. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I think and you know, honestly, I think that's easier said than done. A lot of people would go and do. I've seen people who've won millions and done crazy things. You know, and wasted
just blow
it. Yeah,
yeah. Like I said, $1 million is easy to blow, and I could probably do that like in no time. But no, I would invest it for sure. What was that? Okay, so one controversial topic is, and this could be just anybody, if you're married or in a relationship, when dinner is made, who do you serve first? Your husband or your kids? We're not gonna say what people say you're supposed to do. What do you do?
Honestly, what I do, and I'm still eating my jerky because I'm a fatty. So, and I just say this because this is what I did this morning. I made breakfast. I fix everybody their plates, and then I distribute at the same time, like at a restaurant. Everybody gets it at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'd say typically it's my man first and then the kids. Honestly, that's just me being honest. I mean, I think that's the way that and I say that because yesterday when we were at the birthday party, we were told, hey, the food is ready, you know, go ahead and make your plates. And now I didn't fix him a plate, but I asked him, I said, do you want me to fix you a plate? And he was like, no, I'm good. I'll get some in a minute.
Okay. So
I offered, but because the kids were outside playing and I knew that they weren't going to eat right now.
Yeah.
So I think it varies, honestly, on the situation. Because sometimes the kids are there first. They're already like waiting for their food. So then, yeah, I'm going to serve them first if they're just sitting there waiting for their food.
Yeah.
I think it varies, honestly. You?
So with me, I serve my kids first because they need to sit the hell down and shut up and eat. Now, of course, if they're playing and they're okay and I know they're not going to eat, they're not hungry, then, you know, like you said, it depends on the situation. But usually if everybody's hungry, I sit the kids down first so I can get them sat down and situated, you know? So, but my older kids are different also. They eat when they want. Like, I'll let them know that the food's ready. Now, if they're hungry and they're waiting, I have a rule, and this goes for everybody. If I am serving you, you better be served before I sit down, because once I sit down, you can't come and say, oh, okay, I'm hungry now. Now you got to go make your own self a plate.
Mm-hmm.
That's my rule. Everybody knows that once I sit down, I'm not getting back up until I'm done. Now you got to wait till I'm done eating if you want me to serve you. If not, then serve your own self. So that's how I've always been. And I tell anybody that comes over, same thing. If, like, for example, if you bring your kids and I serve y'all and I ask your kids, are you hungry? Do you want some? No? Okay. Once I sit down, you can't change your mind or you're going to have to wait. So my kids know, because Dalen tries to do that. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, I don't want it. Then okay, I sit down and take my first bite. Oh, I think I'm hungry. Well, you're going to have to think about it while I'm eating, and then I'll feed you. But, yeah, most of the time I feed my kids first. Really, it's for the sake of my sanity, and because Italy's so small that if I'm trying to serve everybody else before her, it's going to be chaos, and she's going to be pulling at my leg, and she's going to be crying and want me to hold her and everything else. So if I can get her plate, sit her in her high chair with her food, it's like, okay. No, let me go from there. But there's no way I can not serve my kids first without losing my shit.
Well, and I get that because a lot of the times, like you said, you're trying to get your kids to settle down. And a lot of the times to get them to settle down, calm down, is to feed them. Like, here.
Sit down, eat,
be quiet.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Like I said, I think the situation varies. Like when we've got the twins, they're a little bit younger, so there'll be times where it's like, okay, let's just line up all the kids and, feed everybody at the same time. You know, so they get fed first. Mm-hmm. So I think it just varies on the situation and the time, what's going on. But I will say a lot of the time the kids get fed first just because, like you said, you're trying to get them to be quiet, calm down.
If y'all don't want me losing my shit, I need to feed them first, okay? To keep me sane, let's feed them and sit them down.
Yeah. So, all right. So the next question that I have, what would you do if, and this may be a situation that you've been, but this is something that I saw, somebody brought up. What would you do if you walked in and your man was watching PORN?
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider, now some people consider that cheating. Some people don't. Some people are like, okay, would you be offended by it? Like, is that something that you find offensive? Look, she's over here licking her lip. Our fingers are red from the carne seca that I made. But it's so good. It's so good.
I'm trying not to chew in the microphone either.
I know. Yeah, some ASMR here of eating some jerky. Like I said, this powder was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. It's the Takis powder, but
honestly, it depends on the situation. I don't think it's a form of cheating unless you're doing that and we haven't had sex in months, years.
Okay,
something like that.
So if you catch him watching that and y'all haven't been intimate in like a month, like you said, you would be offended by that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. Mm-hmm. But just on like if you walk in and y'all got down last night and you walk in and he's watching that,
I would be like, you're not gonna invite me?
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. I ought to smack that phone at your head. That ruined the whole mood.
Okay.
But yeah, but it really depends on the situation. Mm-hmm. If it's excessive and there's a problem and we're not intimate, then yeah. Then
there's some women who don't accept it at all. Like who don't want their man watching it.
Because they feel like they're, what's the right word? Like fantasizing almost over someone else, or
like they're getting turned on by somebody else, or
yeah. But I don't know. To me, I don't care. I try to be very understanding in a lot of situations. So, for example, if my man tells me a woman is beautiful, okay, she's beautiful.
Okay, yeah. So, and
don't break your neck trying to look at someone that's passing by, because then we got a problem. be like, oh, she's pretty. Yeah, she is pretty. I'll be like, no, she's not. I'm honest. I'll be like, yeah, she's cute. No, she's not. Something.
So and that goes along with like people women who don't like their man going to like Ojos Locos, Hooters, Twin Peaks, whatnot. To me, I don't care as long as I'm getting fed and the food is good. I don't care. But I will
if
say
you're
this.
lusting over your waitress or something, like flirting and lusting,
There's a point, yeah.
Then we got an issue, but
yeah. But
I don't care.
I mean, I'll be the first one to be like you said, if she's pretty, she's pretty. Like I'm not gonna,
we're human,
yeah.
and I feel like everybody is gonna see someone else that is attractive in some type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
can't be offended every 2 seconds when.
I feel like the whole "I only have eyes for you" is bullshit. Shut up. Like, you can only be that, like, a certain type of attraction towards me and love me and want to be with me, but you can't say that you've never ever seen no one else in this world that is pretty or attractive or beautiful or cute or, like, you can't say that I'm the only cute person in this entire world. Now you're full of shit. No.
I think that falls on the girl being.
Yeah, that does have a lot to do with insecurity. It really does. It don't be. But I mean,
yeah, it can be that they're insecure, but there's some women that are still just like that. No matter how much their man will like boost their confidence and tell them they're beautiful and all this other stuff, they'll still be like, think that watching porn is cheating, and it's not okay, and you shouldn't be able to go to Hooters and Twin Peaks and all that. Like, I don't care. I've taken my kids to Hooters. Like, Dalen's been to Hooters already. Like,
yeah. Oh, I mean, my kids have been too. Or I think Marcelo's been, but not. I don't think Gordo's been. I don't know why.
The buffalo shrimp.
That's what I get there. The buffalo shrimp. I'm not a fan of their wings. I'm not.
Their wings are hit or miss.
They're soggy a lot of the time, and I'm just not a fan of their food. But I will get their shrimp. Their shrimp is good.
Have you ever had crab legs from there?
Nuh-uh.
No, they have crab legs. Oh, hi. Hey, girl, come here. We got a lost child. Did someone lose a child?
This is the best thing when you've got loose children on. Hi, baby.
Can you say, look right here. Say hi. Say hi.
She got away from daddy.
Can you say hi? No?
No. Hi, mamas. No. Look, she's looking at the beef jerky. She wants
that's hot. That's hot.
Daddy said she's too fast. She got away.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
But
like,
yeah. She's like, hello. At least she wasn't like crying. We're talking about Hooters.
Oh yeah, the
lovely topic when a child walks in.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't know what else did I have. What else do you have?
What
if?
Oh, what would you do if?
What would you do if? What would Jesus do?
Oh, my sister's got a what would you do if?
I've seen this video multiple times on TikTok, Facebook, everywhere. It's from Northerners and Southerners asking them, would you kill for your child?
Oh, we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I know both of y'all would, because I know I'm...
Mm-hmm. What would you do?
Your kids ain't my kids, but they're my kids.
Yeah.
What would you do if somebody tried to harm your child?
Well, I mean,
and not in, like,
if somebody...
a physical way, but, like, mentally they were, like, bullying, I guess, in a way.
So, if my kid is being bullied at school, is that what... Or just
anywhere. Because they can happen literally
out
in the store. I mean...
It depends on the situation, on how far I would go. That is one of the reasons my kids fought a lot in high school, honestly. Because right when they entered middle school, what is it, 5th grade, 6th grade, something like that over here? Yeah, they had some bullying situations, and I was like, you punched them in their mouth. And I was like, and give them a reason to not bully you again. Because my kids we try to like give everybody the benefit of doubt and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got tired of hearing it, and I was like, you punch them in their fucking mouth, and you don't stop hitting until someone pulls you off, and that's it. And they kind of took that and ran with it. But I mean, I think what happened, they're boys, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and boys always want to one up the next one, be tougher than the next one, you know. And I felt like once other kids seen that they could get a reaction out of them and that they would fight, they were tested a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be situations where I would always tell them, you don't start a fight, but you end it. And it would be situations like dumb stuff where they would come home and be like, Mom, I'm trying, but this person got in my face. Like, they try to avoid it where people got in their face, put their fingers in their face. And
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, but next time, I'm not. I'm like, oh, do what you got to do. Like, you either fight or you get bullied.
Yeah, you
And
can't.
now other people think that they can bully you, you know?
Yeah,
So-
I think it's very important, and that's what I teach my kids is, like, you're not going to get in trouble for defending yourself.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
That's the bottom line. You're not going to get in trouble for defending yourself. And I was just speaking about this yesterday at the birthday party. I was telling about the situation where I got into it, or me and the boy's dad got into it with a lady working at a store because she was like cussing at us and trying to tell us, you know, it was a whole ordeal. And we're getting into this verbal altercation with this lady, and she was just being ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
She was being ghetto. Bottom line, she was just being a ghetto hood rat. And you're an employee. Like, you're supposed to represent the company. You're supposed to act a certain way.
Yeah.
And she was not doing that whatsoever. But my point is that my son was there watching the entire thing. And do I want him to see his mother get into a physical altercation? No, I don't.
I know.
But what I'm glad is that he saw his mother not back down to somebody trying to be a bully.
Yeah.
He saw me stand up for myself and defend myself, and that's what I want him to do. I want him to be that way.
Those situations are so hard when you're a mom
Yeah.
and you have your kids with you, because trust me, there's been plenty of times when we're out and I just want to go off on someone. I'm like, not today, Satan. Can't do it. I got my kids here. It's not worth it. You know, it's not worth scaring them, possibly getting in trouble, going to jail. Now I have my kids here. Now that's a whole nother, and putting your kids in danger, like endangerment of a child. You know, like it's not worth it. So that's hard being a mom, having to learn how to bite your tongue and just shut up and ignore certain situations.
Yeah.
Some people don't have no home training.
They really don't. And you can tell when somebody acts a fool like that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
don't come at me with your foolishness because you ain't got no act right.
And you know, you see those videos too. You know, everybody records everything. There's always videos of like parents acting a fool out in public, and their child is just sitting there watching them. And it's like, poor baby. Like, you're putting your child through this. They're probably fucking traumatized. Like, god damn, you over here acting a fool, and they're scared. And you can see the fear in their eyes, like how embarrassing for that child. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But also you brought up the very first time my kids got in trouble for fighting was like in 5th grade. Someone was bullying my second oldest, and the oldest jumped in and defended him. Then the little boy that was bullying my other son started fighting with my older son, and they got in a little fight or whatever. So the principal calls me, tells me what happened, and that I think he got suspended for a day or detention or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Your
like,
son did?
yeah, and I was like, okay. I was like, and what happened with the other child? They're like, they're receiving the same thing. And I said, okay, that's fine. I was like, I said, they're doing exactly what I taught them to do, is to stick up for each other and always defend yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, so if they're gonna be in trouble at school, that's fine. I said, but they're not gonna be in trouble at home. If you're wanting me to discipline them at home, I said they're not gonna be in trouble because they're doing exactly what they were taught. The silence that I got after I said that, it was just like silence, and then, okay, thank you. We just wanted to let you know what happened. Okay, like I'm not gonna get onto my kids for defending yourself, and then you sticking up for your brother because you see someone bullying him. Like, no, they didn't jump him or anything. I mean, this is 5th grade. They're still kids, but he stood up for him, and then the bully turned on him,
this
and
was
then
in 5th grade.
yeah, and then they started fighting, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing like major where broken noses and all that.
Yeah, it was just yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, that was the very first time they ever got in trouble. And I was like, okay, well, they're not in trouble at home, but if they got to be in detention tomorrow, that's fine. And it was just like silence. Okay, we just want to let you know what happened. I was like, thank you. Have a good day.
That sounds very similar to what Bella told us in the car.
About what?
Remember we lived over in Burleson, we were in the car and Bella said that somebody was bullying Gordo. And of course Gordo wasn't doing anything.
Well, and that's, I mean, I tell them all the time, you know, don't, like you said, you don't let your brother, or like, they're going to stick up for each other.
Yeah.
And that's what the boys do. Gordo's very protective of Marcelo, and Marcelo's very protective of Gordo. Like, it's just the way they are. They are very protective of each other. And there's 3 years in difference. So it's a big age gap, but it isn't. Like,
Yeah.
it's enough for them. Like, they get on each other's nerves, but they also stick up for, like, I can pick on them. This is, you know, like, they can pick on each other, but don't let nobody else pick
Right,
on, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
That's how my boys are. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how me and my sister were when we were growing up too. I can't tell you
I
how
can
many
fight with my
fights.
sister. You can't.
Exactly. I can't tell you how many, like, physical fights me and my sister got into. But then I can't tell you how many physical fights I got into because of her. Like,
Yeah.
because so my oldest sister is deaf, and there was a lot of times where, you know, she got picked on because she was deaf, or there was other deaf girls trying to pick on. Yeah, it's all kinds of drama.
Like,
and,
what?
yeah. And I can't tell you many times, like, I would get into a fight for her, for sticking up for her. And there, you know, and my mom would tell me the same thing, like, or tell the school the same thing. Like, she's not going to be in trouble for defending her sister.
Yeah.
All
That's
she's doing
crazy.
is sticking up for her sister. And yeah, so there was plenty of fights. Now, I have not been in a fight in quite a long time. But verbal altercations, I mean, that's all the time.
Yeah. I'm like, that's a different situation.
But okay, do you have another what would you do if
I'm stuck.
you're stuck?
I am.
Let's see. What would you do? What's the first thing you would do if shit hit the fan and we're having okay, so could be, and I bring this up because we just had the outage on Friday where the systems were down, you know, there was all flights were grounded, all that. What would you do if, like, shit really hit the fan and there's like no communication, sirens are going off, there's, you know, it's we're going through, I wouldn't say a world war, but because honestly I feel like it's going to be a civil war first. I think it's going to be, this is just my opinion, don't come at me, I'm not a big politician type person, don't ask me who I'm voting for, I'm not going to discuss politics, but I will say I think when it does come to it, like, it's going to be local, it's going to, not local, but like United States, it's going to be a civil war.
Yeah.
So yeah, what would you do in that, you know, if stuff really, and where there's no communication, there's no internet, there's, like, our phones aren't working,
Yeah.
government is chaos.
To be honest, oh, I thought that was thunder. Sorry. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, if we don't have internet and like social media and all that, I mean, I think I would just enjoy my peace and be like,
Like, are you locking down in place at home? Are you going to
yeah.
family members? Are you?
well, I mean, if we can't communicate, then I think I would kind of panic. I would be like, okay, can I get food from the grocery store? Like, how are they gonna ring me up? Am I able to get food? I need food first.
Don't tell me you're gonna be one of the ones loitering trying to go get all the damn toilet paper. And
No, see, and I didn't even do that when COVID hit. But like, shoot, I need to make sure we got some. I need some Popeyes and beans at least to make sure. If we get locked down, I need something for us to survive. But see, I don't do that. I buy what I need, and I don't overbuy, and I don't buy 50 cases of water and all the toilet paper. I don't do all that. Like, calm down, you know. But no, I would probably go check on my parents, and we would probably figure out a plan. I'd be like, you all want to come to my house because it's bigger? Like, and then we're just going to sit here and wait and figure it all out. We're going to play some games or something. I don't know. I mean, what can you do? Panic and go crazy?
no.
I mean, I would go to the grocery store though, and then probably check on my parents and figure out a plan from there. And then just like, what are we going to do? We're just going to stay here and wait till we hear something, you know? But I would probably just sit at the house.
So it's funny because, and I bring this up too because, the boy's dad, Paul, he's very into, not, I wouldn't say preparing for Armageddon,
Yeah.
but he has this website he likes to go to, he'll buy like weapons. Like he's got, like, he was just showing me this like mallet thing he wants to buy. It's a wooden long stick, and at the end of it, it's got like an iron piece. And I'm like, okay, and that's almost
He's ready.
he's trying to be yes, and he's got like all these like different, things.
So you shoot a zombie in the head.
Yeah, exactly. We're preparing for the zombie apocalypse. But he's big on like, of course I've talked about this before. We are big believers in your right to carry, and we've got plenty of I wouldn't say plenty, but we've got enough to defend ourselves for a little bit at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we would probably end up like figuring out where family is, like you said, making sure family is good, and kind of just posting up to see what transpires. But
Yeah.
I think people really got scared on Friday when everything shut down, and
It was a little, I mean,
of course my computer systems still work.
I was going to say, were you able to work?
Yep. I was able to work just fine.
I
No
seen that the
issues.
airports were crazy. I was gonna say my brother at one point in time, he was kind of preparing for almost the same thing, but more so he was buying like canned foods and stocking up on non-perishable items.
Mhm.
I don't know if he does that anymore, but his pantry was like full of this and that and Spam and Vienna weenies and canned beans and like all kinds of canned foods in case something happened. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Friday was a little crazy and chaotic. That's all I seen all over Facebook and TikTok was everybody was panicking.
Some people didn't get paid. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Some people's banks were like having issues.
And I thought it was crazy because my, because I use the Square for my business and it pays me out the next business day all the time. And I got my deposit like at 2:00 in the morning. I was like, well, Square didn't shut down. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I seen it, but I was like, this is kind of why I don't want electric cars, because I feel like that the government can control that. And whenever they want you to go home, they're going to shut your shit off and be like, or detour your car to automatically take you back home, but like go home and you're not going nowhere and you can't move.
Government is always watching. They're always watching.
I'm not a fan of the electric cars, to be honest, because we're drivers. Like I don't know if this is just a Texas thing or what, but we drive everywhere. Like we'll drive to Florida. We'll drive everywhere. We'll take road trips. We'll drive to San Antonio. Like, you know, some people from like New York and everything, smaller states, they feel like a 3-hour drive is a long drive. And to me, I'm like, oh, that's a trip to Houston. That's not far. So if you have an electric car, you have to stop. You have to let it recharge. And then once it's charged, then you can get back on the road.
Those Tesla trucks are so ugly.
Oh, yeah.
The Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I see them and I see one and I apologize if y'all have one. If you follow us and you have one, I apologize. But when
I don't like
see
them.
those, I think the person that is driving is a total douche. I don't know
I knew you
why.
were going to say that.
I don't know why, but it just I cannot stand those trucks.
I don't like them. I'm not a fan of any Tesla. Like, I mean, they're cool to look at. Like, one time we had an Uber come drop off my husband, and he was pulling up in a Tesla, and Dalen in his YouTube videos, he's a big fan of Teslas, and he wants one when he grows up, blah blah. Well, we asked the Uber driver if Dalen could take a look, and he got out. He's like, yeah. He let him sit inside and everything else. I was like, that's cool. And I was like, yep, it's a whole computer in there. Come on, get out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, no.
I'm
No.
sorry, the Tesla trucks are not trucks. They're like little SUVs. It's
They're
not a truck.
ugly.
Just like the Jeep truck is not a truck.
The Jeep
The
truck is
Honda
not.
truck is not a truck.
No,
Your
they're not.
trucks are like Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GMC. Those are your trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else is just you're an SUV.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I don't really like them. I just no. And like I said, I like my gas cars. That way, if I'm on a road trip, get to a gas station, fill up, and keep going. And I don't even like stopping when I'm on a road trip. I'm like, we trying to get there, make as minimal stops as possible.
I gotta stop at Buc-ee's. I'm sorry.
Well, that Buc-ee's is a whole different story.
She wouldn't have survived the Yellowstone trip.
How many
Oh,
stops?
oh my gosh, we stopped so much when we went to Yellowstone.
I would have been like, you know what? I'm gonna take myself. I'll meet y'all there.
It took forever to get there. It took us 3 days to get to Yellowstone, but it was a lot of people going, and I get it. You know, people want to stop. We stopped and we did like a lot of sightseeing on the way there. Now on the way back, it took us 2 days to get back.
Yeah.
We were like booking it.
Yeah.
I was exhausted because I drove the whole way there and back because I don't trust people to drive. Mainly the person looking at us right now. I don't trust her to drive.
It's not just she doesn't trust me, she gets car sick when anybody else drives.
I don't trust her, and that's why I get car sick because I don't trust her. She's my sister. I love her, but she drives like crap.
We've taken multiple trips, like as a family,
Mm-hmm.
to Florida, to Destin, and my brother is the one to stop a million times. But it's because we usually get up like at 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and we hit the road so we can go and get there at a decent time. But when we do that, he has a big ass cup of coffee. What do you think is gonna happen? He has to stop and pee every 5 minutes. And the last few times that we went, he's like, I'm stopping. We're like, okay, we'll meet you there. But he ends up catching up to us every single time. He'll be like, I'll catch up. And he always catches up. I'm just like, as long as you can catch up, we're not stopping. But he's the one to stop a lot of times. And me, I'm like, one stop. We stop at Buc-ee's. And then we'll maybe stop one more time to get something to eat. But we're going. But even at that, we pack snacks and everything else to get us through the road trip.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. We try. I try not to stop. That's my goal. I feel like the more you stop, I feel like a little 5-minute stop adds a good 15-20 minutes to your trip. So,
All right. I got another. What would you do if?
Okay.
What would you do if you're having a date night? Okay.
I think I know where you're going.
No. Maybe. I don't know. So you're having a date night and you want to look like sexy for your man, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it's date night, you know. but the outfit you pick out is a little too revealing. It's a little too, and your man tells you you're not going out like that. Go change. What would you do? Now, I'm not saying that your husband would do that, but
I
what
know
if he did? What? Let's just say you got the girls out a little too much, the booties out a little too much, and he's like, "Nope, you ain't wearing that. Not out in public. And go change."
If he said that, I would probably laugh and be like, "What the fuck?" And if I noticed that he's serious, I would ask him why. What is it? Like if he's like, it's a little too short, then I would check it out myself. And then I don't know, but I it depends on the situation. If we're going somewhere that needs to be a little more classy, then I'll be like, okay, I'll put something else on. But if we're in Vegas in the middle of a strip and people walking around half naked anyways, I'll be like, a little booty cheek showing is not going to hurt nobody. Like, it's fine. But I guess it just depends. I know you said a date night, but so if we're going to date night, like to a fancy restaurant and he's like, you got too much going on, I would probably change. Because I feel like it's a respect thing for yourself and for him. Mm-hmm. But just the regular, I don't know. Just like, I don't know. I know you said date night, but like just a regular day if we're going somewhere and he's like, nope, you're not going out like that. I'll be like, well, guess you ain't coming with me because I'm going out like this. Either you're coming or not.
Okay.
So it depends on the situation. It depends on the what is it called? Like
the circumstances on where
like
you're
the
going.
vibes, where we're at. Yeah. The environment. Yeah, the environment that we're in. Like, I want to go to church like that.
Well, no,
You know?
obviously. Yeah.
But
So this is my thoughts. And I guess this is where we differ. If he tells me that's a little too much, I'm gonna change.
Yeah.
Like no matter where we're going. And this is why. And it's not my thoughts aren't, he's not trying to be controlling. Like that's not where he's coming from.
yeah.
He's got my best interest at,
Yeah.
that he's looking out for. So
Yeah.
I feel like if my man is telling me that's a little too much, you need to change. Like,
Yeah. I guess it's hard for me because I check myself and I have self-respect. So I can't see that actually happening.
Right.
So for me, I feel like if I'm okay with myself and I feel like I'm not doing too much, you just don't like it, well, then that's a you problem. But just thinking of myself.
But in a relationship, usually, like, the man and woman are, and especially when you've been in a relationship for such a long time,
Mm-hmm.
you know the person, you know what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know how he's going to feel about a certain outfit.
And you know what? And even today, we still do that. Like, even, like, our San Diego trip, I'll try on something, I'll be like, you think this is a little bit too much? And he'll tell me, like, yeah, I'll be like, okay. And then I'll change.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's already a conversation where he doesn't have to tell me, like, what are you wearing?
It's a conversation. That's the key right there.
Yeah.
Like, you're having that conversation with your partner, where I think there's some women out there who are not going to take their spouse, boyfriend, significant other, partner, whatever.
Yeah.
They're not going to take what they say. Like, they're just going to do what they're going to do. Like, you're gonna, like, tough shit. Like, whatever I'm wearing, that's what I'm going to wear. Like, no matter what you say. Like, I'm not going to take your opinion to heart. Like, I'm not going to listen. Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I think there's some women out there who aren't going to have that conversation.
No, yeah.
Aren't going to ask, hey, is this too much? Because I'm sorry, I see some women out there and I'm like,
who let you out like this?
Exactly. Who let you out the house like that? Because I'm not going to have my man out there looking foolish, and I know he's not going to have me out there looking foolish.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's always a conversation. Like, if I'm questioning myself, then maybe I shouldn't be wearing that. Like, it could be something like, oh, we're going to go out for the day. Do you think this is too much? And he might be like, yeah, maybe save that for later tonight when we go to the bar instead of walking around doing whatever we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a conversation. I'm not going to be like, fine, you don't want me wearing it,
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't ever see myself in that situation. I don't think I would ever put myself in that situation. Like I said, it's a whole respect thing for yourself, for your relationship, for your spouse. I don't know. But yeah, if I was ever in that situation, then I'd be like, tough luck, my guy. This is what I'm wearing.
All right, girl. What you got? Nothing still?
I did. Okay, this is where I thought you were going with this. What would you do if you and your man were out on a date night, right? Let's just say y'all hardly get date night because kids, sports, work, blah, 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 life.
Right.
And y'all finally get a date night. You're going out. You're having a nice dinner. He gets a call from his mom. And she's just like, I need you to run to the grocery store for me because I'm sick. And he's like, oh, we got to go. And wraps the stuff up and you leave.
That's where you thought I was going with it?
Yeah, because I've seen this somewhere.
So I'm gonna be okay with it, and this is why, because if it was my mom or my grandma and she's telling me she needs something and she needs me to do it, that means that nobody else was available for her to help her. So she needs me. So I'm going to drop what I'm doing to go help her. And I know he's going to be like, understanding of it because he knows, my family. He knows like my family's first, you know? So if it was his mom or his family was in a situation where they needed him and needed him to drop what he's doing, then I know he's going to try and do what he can to resolve it so that we don't have to leave. But if we have to, like if that's the last resort, if we have to stop what we're doing in date night and go do that, then I'm gonna go along with it. I'm not gonna.
Mine, I guess it depends on the situation. If you're calling because you want some Campbell's soup and a Sprite,
I'm gonna Uber that to you.
Exactly. DoorDash it. I'm a Uber Eats. You know what? Let me just order you a whole meal. But if he's just like, if he wraps it up to go take her a can of Campbell's soup and Sprite, you're sleeping on the couch. Matter of fact, don't even sleep on my couch. Sleep on the floor.
Savage.
Because, it's different. Like, if there was an actual emergency, like, I'm really not feeling good, my fever's high, I can't get it out, I need you to come get me, take me to... That's a whole different story. But can you bring me some Campbell's soup and a Sprite and you wrapped up a whole dinner date knowing we don't get time just to go take her some Campbell's soup and a Sprite? No. DoorDash that. When we're done, we can stop and go check on her and make sure she's okay. But...
I'm sorry, but my date nights don't end early. We out. I take that back.
If it's just a dinner date.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
If it's not anything after, just dinner and that's it.
Yeah.
Then we can stop by after and go check.
Yeah.
But yeah. There was another one, but opposite. It's really like the guys saying if they were out on a dinner date and the woman's child, like not their child, but like her child calls and says, "Oh, mommy, I want you home."
Oh no.
And she
No.
was like, I gotta go. My baby wants me home.
I love my kids, but no. Because I might get like it depends. Like if my kid is sick and that's different. But if they're just calling me to be like, I miss you, can you come home? No, you'll be fine. Go put on YouTube, go play with your video games.
You got plenty of stuff to keep you entertained.
Yes. I am not going to stop a nice night out for myself because I don't get to go out very often and enjoy, like it's like you said, it's always kids, work, sports, just life.
Yeah.
To where I don't get to go out.
And you want me to come home because you miss me? You see me every day.
Yes. I will be
all day.
I will see you
coming home.
No, you miss me, you can wait up until I get home.
Well, then show me how much you miss me.
Yep.
And stay up. Wait for me. But really don't. Be asleep by the time I get there. Be asleep by the time I get there.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I don't get to have, and it's funny because I don't really get to have the time because I work from home, because I am home so much, busy with life, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't get a lot of opportunities
Me time.
to dress up and feel sexy
Yeah.
and feel, you know, just like get to do my makeup and hair and dress up and, you know, get to do all that.
90% of the time I look like a crazy cat lady. My hair be like, psh. I have my glasses
this
on.
is me 90% of the time right now. No makeup.
Well,
no,
you look good because I be looking crazy. I'm just saying.
ma'am.
My hair
Thank
is just
you,
always
but-
going like this way, that way, this way. Curls hanging this way, that way. It's just.
Don't let me take my hair down because it's gonna be nappy. Nappy. All right. Well, I think.
Oh wait, hold on, wait before we wrap it up. I just want to say that the dating swamp is swampy because I seen a post on that Facebook page that we shall not name that this lady posted that she was talking to some guy and he cut her off because she wouldn't have sex with him. And she's like, I've known him for a whole 2 weeks. And I told him, no, I'm not ready. And he threw a fit. She said that he basically threw a whole
That's
fit.
a narcissist. Walk away. Thank your lucky stars. You dodged a bullet.
No, for real. And I was like, see, that's no. Yep. Not even a dating pool. We've talked about this. The dating swamp is swampy. That's like it's just mud
It's
at this
just-
point.
yeah,
Can't
it's-
even move nowhere. Like, ugh.
It's quicksand. It'll take you in and just not. It'll
I'm
kill
on
you.
multiple apps and it's all just guys wanting.
Oh, hold on. That same page. People were going in on this guy's profile from this dating app, right? They screenshotted it. And they were going in on this guy. Okay, I want to ask you this. If you were single and dating and you were swiping right or left on whichever way it is on the apps that you would be swiping, and you come across this profile, you know, it has the bio, what you're looking for, and he is blunt, like very blunt, like, I have a wife, I'm just looking for something on the side, I don't want a relationship, I don't want you to have kids, I just want to have casual sex. He was very like honest about what he wants, and everybody was going in on him. Oh, wait, you know what? I don't think this was the one that had a wife. But anyways, it was very blunt about what he wanted, and they're like red flags, red flags, red flags.
But he's telling you what he wants.
That's how I felt. I was like, well, at least if I was single and I seen this, I'm like, okay, you're telling me up front what you want. And
okay, this is
like,
this
you're not
is,
looking for a long-term relationship. You just want something casual on
This
the side.
episode is about to go long because this is the problem with women and women versus men. Women, we overanalyze everything. We overanalyze everything. We read into everything, and we have too much. We think that we can fix everybody. And there's women out there who would see that man, they would see that profile, and they would be like, "Oh, I can fix him. I can change him. I can be the exception to his rules. I can be the one for him. He's going to meet me and he's going to change for me." And I'm
make him
sorry,
marry me.
but if he is telling you from day one, he doesn't want a long-term relationship. He doesn't want, all he wants is casual sex. He's telling you straight up, why are you expecting more?
Exactly.
Why are you expecting more? I don't understand like why people expect miracles when they're dealing with especially a new relationship and somebody who's being blunt and telling you what they want, what they're looking for.
I don't think that was red flags to me
At all. No.
I'm just like, what? So you want him to string you along and play with you and then be like, oh yeah, by the way, I wasn't looking for a relationship. I just wanted something casual. And then you're going to complain like, oh, you should have just told me you wanted something casual, not a relationship. But then he gets slaughtered for saying that. Just like, women are difficult. You don't know what you want. But yeah, everybody was dragging him, and I was just like, I think there was maybe one or two that were like, "What's wrong with it?" But it was more of everybody was just dragging him, like red flags.
I don't think that's fair because he's telling you what he wants, what he's looking for.
Yeah.
So don't be upset when that's what he wants. Like, what do you expect?
He's not wasting your time or his. He's trying to tell you exactly what he wants. So either take it or leave it. If you don't like it, keep swiping. Swipe left or right, whatever way to swipe.
If you do take on that that you think, okay, I can be the one, not to change him, but I'm willing to accept his terms. Like, I'm willing to just be, just to be sex and whatever. Now, go into it that way, but don't be expecting a ring.
Right.
Now, if it happens, it happens. Like, if it, does turn into, but don't go in expecting it. Like, go in expecting, like, you got to be on the same level as him, because if not, you going to get your feelings hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get your feelings hurt, and those are not red flags. That is him telling you exactly what he wants, him being blunt, and don't get your feelings hurt.
Yep.
You should not be sad when he tells you, sorry, bye.
Yeah. You thought you were going to change someone, but that's your fault. You hurt your own feelings at this point.
Yeah, you set yourself up. So, anyways, I think that does it for, because that could be a whole episode right there of the differences between men and women, because women, we be.
I've always said I could never be in a relationship with a woman.
Me neither.
I cannot. I'm too much for my own self. So imagine having to deal with another woman and your emotions and your no. I
already know I'm too much. I already know I'm too much. Like honestly, no. I'm too needy. I need, like, why do I want to be in a relationship with a woman when so both of us can be needy?
Right.
Both of us can be emotional?
Exactly.
No.
Too much.
Nope. That's why I can never what do they say?
Switch sides?
Yes, switch sides. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my mind went
you went like that.
Yeah,
I was like, got
you. All right, guys. Well, I think that does it for this week. Catch us next week on Boss Up and Tea. We don't know what episode we're gonna have for next week. Maybe we'll
barely figured this one out. I know. Last night
we were texting. She was like, "What are we gonna talk about?" And we had kind of talked about what we were gonna talk, but we hadn't like finalized it. So next week, I think, you know what, I'm gonna bring it up. I think we need to do a true crime next week. Yeah. On the Menendez brothers.
Oh, okay. I seen that you posted that.
Yes. Okay. So the Menendez brothers. We are going to, because Gypsy Rose has been such a big part of
I'm over here now.
Our episodes, I guess you can say. Like, we do recaps on Gypsy Rose. She was our very first topic.
She is suing people.
She's ridiculous.
We talked about that.
We can get into all of that next week, but
Gypsy,
I want
down.
to talk about
for you.
Don't
sue me. Let me cook for you.
Differences between the Menendez brothers and Gypsy Rose, and how society, I think how society has changed on, and why she is off already and out, and why she's gotten the publicity that she has, and why the Menendez brothers are still in prison. And so if you don't know the brothers story, we will get into that next week.
While we're on the true crime thing for next week, then I want to also talk about the Alexi Treviso case.
Yes. So we'll do Menendez brothers and Alexi Treviso updates or episode. So that is to come next week. Catch us next week. If you're not following us on TikTok, it's Boss Up and Tea. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can listen to the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcast. So we will catch you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.